Hi guys, and welcome back to Kit Car Direct and MK Sportscars. Well, it's 2023. Amazing. First video of the year that we're going to roll out. Hopefully you had a nice Christmas and New Year with the family, friends, and maybe a little bit of tinkering on the cars. Well, we were closed for a week, a well-earned break for the team. There's a lot going on in the workshop. They've had a really busy year, so a well-earned break. But we're back at it, straight into, well, let's go back into here, what we're in with K20 time. So you probably saw this car. We took a little picture out. The pixies were all over it, really, to be honest with you. And we spoke to Simon. He brought it back in. Remember the build, maybe the first one. This is first K20 build that we did. The exhaust system got sent off. We took the exhaust system off, sent off. He wanted it Zercoated, ceramic coated, whichever way you want to call it. So this is it here. He's done it in silver. That's his choice. You could do, I think there's loads of colour choices actually you can do in that ceramic coat. So do purples, greys, silvers, blacks, oranges, yellows. You can do all kinds of things. It's meant to retain the heat out of the engine bay and be more efficient, of course, for the performance of the vehicle. Not that he needs it. I think he's done it more of a decorative thing, maybe to get engine bay temperatures down a little bit as well. So this is it. That's the final fit. Obviously the polished stainless one was as it was before. It still runs into the cat-link piping into the carbon silencer, which we know is trick. So now it's a question of a couple of little bits which we did, which was the indicator extension removal, and now we're just going to be putting the bulkhead back on because we had to take the steering column out and a few other bits to get the exhaust out. That then a bit of a road test when it's a dry time, and then it will go back to Simon, and he's going to get it polished up, ready for, well, springtime. It's not far away. It's not far away. Right, here we are, MAN rush time. Well, we're continuing on the IVA prep journey on this particular vehicle, going through it all. Interior has all gone back in now because we had to do a lot of modifications in the centre tunnel areas, which was for fuel lines were sorted out and brake lines, fixing parts, etc. Harnesses, seats, all that's going back in. Steering wheel, we've got to put a collapsible boss on. Remember that, guys. If you've got a collapsible column, if you haven't got a collapsible column here, you need to put a collapsible boss on for IVA, so that's going to be done. We're sorting out the electrics because there's some electric problems here, especially on the electronic handbrake and its operation. It needs to be very specific in its operation, and currently doesn't comply. So we're working on that. Got some bits and bobs to do with the fuel lines and the bits and the back. We've done lots of other bits like trimming all the front wings. It's all little bits you don't really notice and see, but all the trimming of these front wings and that here we've got to do, changing indicators, sharp edges on grills, lots of bits under the bonnet, and then the biggest thing we've got to do is the exhaust system. That's going to be done next. We're getting Gary on that, and because at the moment it's loud, really loud, like 125 decibel loud, so we've got to do a rear exit system running out the back, so we'll have a nice silencer plonked under the rear of the car here, and with a side exit coming out. Again, we're going to make that with a rolled edge. That will be for IVA compliance as well. But yeah, it will quieten it down, and it's going to run under the DD on beam. We've got a big DD on beam. So yeah, fuel tank, new battery in it because the battery was dead as a dodo, and then we've just got to sort out all these last few bits here, which is all the interior and the centre bits here, and the different wing mirrors have got to go on and stuff like that. So it's on its journey. Unfortunately, it's had to go backwards before it goes forwards, but that's what you do with IVA. If you don't build them to the spec from day one, follow the manuals, follow the guides, follow the videos even that we do, etc. Gives you a good guide, and then it helps you on your journey, get your car ready, prepped, and it's safe. Right, here we go. It's RX-5 time. So we've gone Honda, we've gone BMW, and now we're going Mazda. So what's on with this? Well, this is a Mazda build, as we've probably followed the journey if you've subscribed. Well, it's only the last few days we've been tackling it again because we've been off for the Christmas break. So the rear end's pretty much together now. All the handbrakes in, the cables are in, the rear hubs, the discs, fuel tank, fuel lines, handbrake cables, suspension all done, handbrake lever, prop shaft. Biggest thing that's different now, obviously the engine's gone in. So we've done a little bit of prep work on the engine, check that, it's got a new clutch in there and etc. as well. So that's all ready to go. Yeah, the rocker cover needs sorting out and that, but we'll do that last because we're going to be doing some tinkering that under here. So it'll be one of the last jobs we do. And now we're on with steering column, hooking up the brake lines, all of that goes through to the pedal box, hooking up the clutch lines, radiator, and then we'll be on with, this is just running the smaller aluminium ones, just a little road car. This is going to be, it's not going to be anything more than a super duper, you know, clean, tidy road car that they'll be able to drive from A and B up in Yorkshire. So yeah, front brakes are on, We've sort of gone through the calipers, new discs on here. It's not really worth salvaging the old ones, to be honest with you. So, but there's nothing wrong with the calipers. They've gone in now, so they're on. And then the braided lines again, they've gone in. And then we do a final adjustment on those once they're in place, because you've got to make sure when this goes lock to lock, so if the steering turns this way to this way, that this braided hose doesn't interfere with anything else mechanical on the vehicle. So it's something you just need to be aware of. Another little YVA top tip for you, yeah. So engine's in, that's the biggest thing. And yeah, the guys will then crack on. Well, they've started moving the housing around. This is one thing you have to do. That's normally facing that way. We move it this way. So to connect up with the radiator, a few other bits, coolant lines going in down on here. And we're just missing a couple of components from the donor vehicle, which is for the heater matrix pipe, a few other bits. But yeah, rolling through it, really, rolling through it. So we'll continue on the journey with it. Right, now, what are we going to do? Now, K21 to K22. Here we are. Well, as you saw before, just before Christmas, really, this one's running now. We started it up, showed it she turns and runs and idles and does all that. So now the guys are continuing on the journey. Now we're going to do the starting procedure. We've got the 55mm radiator in here. We've got the 120 watt fan all fitted, etc. Plumbing starting to go in, all the coolant lines. Said you run that down to a little electric 115 water pump down in here. Body panel starting to go on. Final fit on this and the rear wing, rear tub. Bulkhead going into the aluminium bulkhead panel. These are all powder coated now, and it's a black pack basically for that and the header tank. Pipes running in round for the return for the radiator. Electrics final install on those will go in, and then a few other bits. Then we start tidying bits up. Roll bar's gone in now as well. Final fixes done on that, and of course the new Golf blue, sky blue, but that'll look pretty trick, and all the lights are done on the back as well. So nice colour combo that, especially with the black, it does set it off. But yeah, we did debate about carbon or black front wings, but I think carbon wins every time, doesn't it? Yes, camera, carbon wins every time. Right, here we are with the Black Panther. Yes, you know this car, you know it well. It's been tricking along, but obviously we've been closed for a week, so not a huge amount happening during that period, but a few bits and bobs. We've got pressure switches in for the fuel pressure here on the fuel rail that's gone in, a few other electrical components, finished off the interior bits that needed doing, the new padded centre tunnel, which is our centre gear lever. Obviously you've got 1 forward and 5 back for the gear lever, and the centre padded tunnel, wee little envelope bit here for your phone or your wallet, etc. That's really comfy, very tidy, really neatens up the interior, matches the dashboard. And the next jobs to do really is roll cage, a few other bits of electrics, stick some oil in it, stick some water in it, and get it ready to fire up, which will be the next big thing. But yeah, over the next sort of, hopefully by next week's video, you'll hear this thing running and we can give you the big start up, and then the steering column can go in. All the body panels have already been completely dry fitted, and then we'll do the final install on those. So yeah, she'll start to take shape, but who doesn't like a Black Panther? Right guys, while I'm working here doing on uprights, etc., this just landed on the doorstep. It's a complete kit car magazine. And I looked at it and I thought, ooh, that's an MK Indy R there with an S2000 in it. And guess what? Centre cover feet there, bought not built, it's John's car. It's the S2000 car. Great little write-up in there. Best thing, that car is actually for sale. So if you want to know more about it, go down to your local news agents and pick up a copy, or best not, subscribe to Kit Car magazine. Comes and lands on your doorstep, you're nice to have a cup of tea, you can have a good old read. So well done, complete kit car, great write up. Right, here we are, chassis register time guys. Obviously we was closed down for a week during the Christmas period, but we're back on, we're working on the chassis. We'll have another 2 landing in the next couple of days as well, so you lucky customers will be out there. But if you want to get yourself in a queue, or you want to know where we currently are, it's going to be up on this side, I'm being told this week. So that's it. But if you want to come down and see and talk about chassis, building a car, having one built for you, etc., hook us up with a phone call and email, come down here. While the weather's a bit drowsy and drizzy, come and have a look round, show you what it is, getting ready for the spring and sunshine, get yourself in the garage, pedal them tools. Right, that's it for this week's episode of the first one of 2023. Well, if you want to know more about what we do, etc., or you'd like something different done each week, then drop it in the comments below. We're trying to accommodate you. But that's it. We're looking forward to the shows, the exhibitions, the open days, or you guys coming down and visit us. And like, share, subscribe. Catch you next week, guys.